Chapter 40. Aborting Plans. Marcus's house was luminous, piercing like a lighthouse through the darkness of his neighborhood. "I guess my party invite got lost in the mail," Anthony muttered. "Diana's inside. I haven't signed the parenting plan yet." "What the hell, Marcus? This is important. You need to protect your rights, and that agreement is an essential step. You can't get joint custody without it, unless you're ready for a long and bloody legal battle." I know. Marcus shook his head. "I was distracted this morning and planned to do it when I got home. I'll get it done right now. Thanks for the ride." "You sure you don't need me in there?" "I have to fight this one myself," Marcus said, opening the car door before pausing to assemble the necessary strength to climb to his feet. "Godspeed. If she doesn't eat you alive, I'll see you tomorrow." Marcus ducked his head back into the car. "What's tomorrow?" "Pioneer Day." "Right. I keep thinking that's Sunday." "That's because it is," Anthony clarified. "Which is why the celebrations are going down tomorrow." "Wanna watch the parade with me?" "No. And I should probably offer some brotherly caution about you going into public alone, but with your face all fucked up like that, I doubt anyone will recognize you. I'll pick you up when it's over." "I'll be at the lab for most of the day. Call me when you're ready and we'll head to Sundance." Marcus suffered the pain necessary to smile, then stumbled up the sidewalk, broken but not yet defeated. Jordan and Diana were huddled up closely on the couch, whispering as Marcus entered the living room. Diana was scowling as she twiddled her hair, but the sight of Marcus's beaten face changed her trajectory. "What happened?" Diana jumped to her feet. "Were you like that under your suit?" asked Jordan. Diana spun around to face Jordan. "What suit?" "My exo," Marcus answered. "No." "Were you attacked on the way home from campus again?" Jordan matched Diana's movement, advancing toward Marcus to inspect the damage. "I just came from a fight at Nereo." Diana shrieked. "You did this to yourself?" "No," Marcus mocked. "The other fighter did." "Don't get cute with me," Diana barked. "We've been waiting for hours for you. Do you even care?" Marcus eyed the parenting plan spread across the coffee table. "I appreciate the committee's concern. I'll sign the papers now." Marcus couldn't mute his moans as he kneeled to execute the document. Struggling to stand, he handed it back to Diana. "Are you kidding me? Do you seriously think I'll trust you with children right now, when you're engaging in such blatant self-destructive behavior?" "There's nothing in the parenting plan that prohibits me from fighting. The papers are signed, we have an agreement." "The hell we do?" Diana raised her brows. "You only get the rights I'm willing to grant you, which are none if you're going to continue behaving like your piece of shit brother. We can revisit this document after you get yourself under control." "You don't have that power." Marcus choked on his words. The cumulative effects of instability over the past few days swelled inside him, looking for a weak spot in his stoic armor to finally breach. "I should have listened to my first instinct and never involved you." Deep down, I knew trying to co-parent would be impossible. "They're my children, too. You will never be a part of their lives unless I say so. Do you hear me? And don't try to intimidate me with Anthony's lawyers again," Diana berated. "I've got mountains of dirt on both of you. Drug use, violence, promiscuity, drunk driving, guns in the home. There isn't a court on earth that will side with you if I show them who you really are." Marcus surrendered to the childlike rage he'd worked half a lifetime to suppress, snatching the papers from Diana's hand and shredding them with an animalistic frenzy. He tossed the tiny fragments into the air above her head like celebratory confetti. "You miserable son of a bitch," Diana fumed. "You can leave now," Marcus advised. "We're done. I will not be spoken to like this." "Like what? Like how you speak to everyone else? With your condescending tone, your spiteful tongue, and your hateful heart? You're the first one to go nuclear, Diana. Now you know what it's like for the rest of us." "Look at yourself, dude," Jordan muttered. "You're a mess." "He's right. Look in a mirror, Marcus. You're a fucking mess!" Diana screamed through her streaming tears. "Spare me the crocodile concern." Marcus squared up to Diana, glaring callously into her wet eyes. "This is about control. It's always been about control. It isn't enough for you to be a megalomaniac over your own life. You have to do the same thing to everyone else, especially me. You assume you know better. Like I'm not up to it myself. Like I'm not supposed to have a say in my own life without getting your permission first. This has never been about my safety. It's always been about you, dictating what I do. Now you're using our kids to try and hold on to that control. Marcus took a breath before continuing on his rant, scarring Diana with every word. The evidence is there. Let's look at it. You didn't want me to join FACT, so you threatened to cut off our relationship. You didn't want me to start selection or join the cohort, and when I did, you exposed me to the world, which nearly got me killed. You didn't want me to become an operator in the Federation forces, or a praetor when I graduate, so you wrote those conditions into our parenting plan. The same one you're reneging on now. Jordan rocked in place, looking at the ground. And who made you the ultimate authority anyway? What's the source of your expertise, seriously? What do either of you know about what's best for my life? How fighting at Nereo or working with the Federation impacts me. How it impacts the world. You're both filled with fear, blindly driven by it, but neither of you have a shred of evidence, and you won't listen to what I say, even though I'm the one on the front lines. You think that because you can get inside people's heads, Diana, that you're an expert on everything and everybody? Well, let me save you some effort and tell you exactly what I'm thinking. You just made me your worst enemy. I will never stop fighting you to have a place in these children's lives. Never! You can sling whatever dirt you want, but I'll keep coming for you. I will not be defeated, and when it's over, and these kids are a rightful part of my life, I'll still be working with the Federation in whatever capacity I choose. You'll be powerless to stop any of it. You can't control me! Diana's tears had turned to ice in her eyes. Now you're silent? Marcus baited. Well, if you're not going to storm out dramatically like usual, then allow me! Jordan stepped in front of him. Don't go. Get out of my way, Marcus warned. Emotions are out of control right now. Jordan continued to block the path with his body. Stay. Let's talk this through, all of us. Marcus tried to push past him, but Jordan wouldn't be deterred and grabbed his friend by the wrist. Marcus reeled around, punching Jordan in the face and knocking him to the ground. Diana screamed like a banshee, scrambling to Jordan's side. Marcus had acted on instinct, but he was shaking from the shame of it now. Diana glared at him with wishful death in her heart, so Marcus fled the house, making it to their old garage before Jordan caught up to him. Marcus, stop! Stop! I thought you always had my back. You're going to play that card? Jordan chastised, blood streaming from his nose. Diana is the mother of your children. She deserves to be treated better than what you just did to her, to both of us. I know, you're right about some of what you said. And I get why you're so upset, but put that aside and listen, please. Marcus consented with his silence. You need to stay here, Jordan pleaded. Why? I think we all said what we needed to. The Federation announcement means something major is about to happen, one way or another. We need to be together when it does. Like your father told us 1,000 times, we have safety in numbers. Marcus was sweating. Let's finish this conversation once and for all. Assuming you're right, and something happens, how do you know it'll be bad? I can feel it, Jordan wailed. The problem is, you felt stuff like this your whole life. You said you felt it with the Mayan calendar apocalypse hype, but it didn't happen. Remember the Book of Enoch, and Nibiru, the planet X that never showed up, or the messages in the Nazca lines and the Stargate you felt existed in Peru, which was identical to the one you thought the U.S. invaded Iraq to seize? Neither of those ever turned up, did they? What about the astronomical patterns warning of cataclysm coded into the pyramids of Egypt, or Stonehenge, or Göbekli Tepe, and every other ancient pile of rocks you obsessively read about in Fingerprints of the Gods? Jordan tried to explain, but Marcus kept at it. Or the Emerald Tablets. And what about the Georgia Guidestones? Remember Desert Varnish? What about the Face on Mars, or MK Ultra, and all the government cover-ups? By the way, when are those UN Population Fund nanobots we all got from vaccines going to finally kill us, huh? And who can forget about the Ashtar Galactic Command broadcast you made me listen to 1 billion times? The problem with all your feelings is that none of them has ever come true. Not a single one! But I remember you telling me with this same level of certainty that you knew something would happen. Open your eyes, Marcus, it's happening now, Jordan rasped with frustration. This is what all that stuff pointed to. Maybe not in its details, but definitely in its direction. You can't do it, can you? You can't face reality. We removed smallpox from Earth because it was a threat to us. We did that, one life form eradicating another. Why do you assume the Federation won't do the same to us if we're standing in their way?
You know they can. You're naive to hope they won't. For what reason? You've never answered that. Jordan was silent. Exactly! Because you don't know. I know that when cultures clash, the stronger one wins every single time. You can pick apart my ideas in isolation, but no one has spent more time piecing this puzzle together than me. If you step back for a second, you'd see the big picture too. Destruction on a level you can't imagine is coming. From the Federation. We should be together when it happens. We'll need each other.
Marcus rested both his hands on Jordan's shoulders. You're not the first person to believe the world was going to end, and not a single one of them has been right. You won't be any different. You don't want to accept the world for what it is, and I understand that. But you latch onto these theories like they're a religion. Nothing will happen, and I can't stay here right now. Jordan's eyes were flowing faster than his nose, but he wrapped Marcus up in a bear hug anyway. I love you, brother. I'm going to miss you. So much. I love you too. I'm sorry I hit you, but this isn't goodbye. Marcus pulled free from their embrace and climbed into his car. Jordan stood by the garage like a hopeless sentinel. Marcus momentarily questioned his instinct to leave, but drove away without looking back. As he sped through the city, Marcus inspected the blood spatter Jordan had imprinted on his shirt. He didn't know where he was going, but he couldn't stay in any one place. He'd continue his earlier aborted plan of drowning his sorrows, Marcus thought, pulling into the state liquor store and using the fake ID Jordan gifted him on his 18th birthday. Then, with a bottle of rum in hand, Marcus set off down the dark road of self-destruction. He tried blasting music, but the Lamborghini's archaic stereo was terrible, so he couldn't get into the zone. Marcus let out a scream of rage. Anxiety about the future of his family washed over him. Diana had been so cold at the end, but he'd never stop fighting to be with his kids. Marcus knew parts of his anger had been misdirected. Some was from Monica, and some from losing his fight. Some was from the Confederation and the impending transition of Project Noble, but most was the result of the incessant agitation he'd felt since the end of their grand tour. It had only gotten worse over the last few days, like sand stuck between the layers of his skin. He opened the small lid concealing the car's power seat switches. The obscure compartment had successfully hidden his secret from Jordan the entire summer. Marcus removed a single piece of tech and held it at eye level. He knew where he was going for the rest of the night.